including the disappointment of Samoa, the cup final champions here last year, and they will be facing France, who indeed were 4th in the finals last year. And you can see Samoa 24-4 times in the series they played, but we'll see. It's very much a new squad with a new coach, Viliamu Punivalu, a new squad with just 3 experienced players, the captain Levasa, Tupu and Isifa Amatala, and of course they're missing some of the players, of course, like Afai Ayano and Afa Masanga and Apale, and great names like Uali Mai and Fa'ala Saliva and Lului. So, an interesting side. And what about France? Well, by contrast, they lost all their 3 games yesterday. The greatest continuity, certainly, of all the squads, 5 players of 30 years or more age, and only 2 players have played less than 12 tournaments. One debut, Vincent Martin from Toulon. And the referee will be Rasta Razavanga, of course, one of the top 7 referees, who was the cup final in the Rugby World Cup in Moscow. Comes from Joburg and was a pretty useful scrum half, I believe, at Wits. Well, from that same country comes the man of good morning, Gavin Cowley. Lovely day, enjoying it?
Beautiful day in the desert, yeah. Lovely warm day, that man in picture there.
Captain
Just perhaps better exploits for him on the athletics track than on the rugby field, with being a great sprinter, 10.6 for the 100 and 1:44 for the 800 meters. He was out earlier this morning as well, doing some training.
So here with the start, immediately in the hands of the captain of Vincent Denio from France. But Samoa gets the ball in the end. This time, Asiva Amatala
cleaning him from the side, number 12.
Came in from the side. Very good referee is Rasta Rastavengi. France then with Inigo. And then into the hands of Gobele, big powerful man. Played for Biarritz on the wing, but he's very much a forward here. Denio again into the hands of Candelon. Candelon has got the support there of Janet, Julien Janet. This is Inigo. This again, Candelon, 33-year-old, and still got a lot of pace, I must say.
Use it! Use it!
Used to play for Perpignan and Agen. Denio, powerful, 6'4", 15'10", used to play for Dax.
There. There! No! There! There!
It's interesting really yesterday, Gavin, wasn't it? They were so close to the other games, you know, losing to Kenya just by 1 try, losing to Portugal by 1 try as well. They just don't always get it, do they?
No, it's interesting, you know, these are probably the two teams, I want to use the word worst teams, but the most disappointing teams on the first day yesterday were these two. Of course, Samоa, who we know as the reigning champions, but France with a very aging squad too, a fair number of players over the age of 30. I'm sure that Frédéric Pomerol will be looking for the next generation of French players.
Yes, it was interesting also in the Rugby World Cup in Moscow, where France just lost 1 try again, losing to Kenya in the Cup quarter-final. Big disappointment that was for them. Poor pass there coming from Julien Janet.
Touched, touched. Touch.
And touch.
Plenty of passes completed already in this game by France without really making the longitude that they're looking for. It's been pretty much latitude, moving across the field.
Well, they had a good day in the second day at Gold Coast. That was also in the bowl final when they won Canada, and beat Argentina and beat Portugal.
Tackle only.
But sometimes erratic. Temperament, of course, is something of the France rugby, 15s and 7s. Never quite know what to expect. Dominating in the Samоa half, but they can be danger. Soialo, big, strong, not tall but very powerful. Away now from Fa'afu.
Tackle only.
Still again into the hands of Tulolololo, who got 4 tries yesterday. This is Tupu, experienced player. Surely must be easy. It is too. Into the hands of the captain, Rupena Levassa. So it was the first time they got into the French half and break away. Good try.
Well, by contrast, here Samoa used a little bit of depth from their possession to open up their space. France have been playing a very flat game, which sometimes tends to make you drift a little bit too much across the field. But this time, Rupena Levassa, the school teacher, gets the first try for Samoa.
Good work by 2 of the most experienced players in the team, with Levassa, his 45th tournament, and Alatasi Tupu with his 46th. Well, they're the tries that captain has got. Levassa 77, and look at some of those other names: Treviranas, Pessamino, Mai and Faasiliva. Great players, but building up now with this new coach, Funivalu. Certainly was a big disappointment for her yesterday, losing to Argentina and losing to South Africa as well. The only win was only against Russia. Once again, Alatasi Tupu to the hands of Afasi Amatala, setting up a well. Lolo, Levassa, and again this is Tupu. He's got outside of him Tulolo. Tulolo goes in, takes it well, very well done. Cut inside Delmas. So that's his 5th try. Got a hat-trick against Russia in his first game.
Once again, we see the absolute value of a very good playmaker. He's able to change the direction. He basically the general in the midfield. Tupu, the man on this occasion. He'd done his bit prior to this. There again, you see him in possession, just holding on long enough to provide the inside space there for Tulolo.
Hurry up, what? Hurry up.
Well, he's relatively one of the new players for Samoa. Played his debut in the Gold Coast last season. Had quite a long out of injury, but he's come back and looking very impressive. So 14-0 it is, 2 tries, 2 conversions.
That's a rock.
Just about 30 seconds to go in this first half. Finally some ball for France. Inside well to Janet. Little mistakes though, it's a knock on again, and away goes to Lolo. Goes again, elusive, isn't he? And this is Levassa. Really powerful player he is.
Advantage! Holding on, there.
Levassa, who's now one of the 30 years, played in the Dubai Rugby World Cup here in 2009. Candelon, was that forward? Almost not. It's into the hands of Julien Janet. Here's a chance. Goes for it. Fa'afu just got there, but support. Well played to Inigo as he got it. In the end, it's Candelon. But it's a knock-on. It's a knock-on. I think it was forward just.
There was a knock-on there, Nigel.
It was a knock-on.
Yeah, great defensive work by Samoa. They didn't give up all the way through. They held on, kept fighting to the death.
Well, they're wonderful tacklers, aren't they, Samoa? And that was a brilliant save in defence. So, half-time then, and Samoa comfortably, really, 14 points to 0.
was saying, Nigel?
Mais oui.
Ça va?
Thank you very much for that. We've
Well,
got the half-time talk, but interesting, he has the final word from the referee too, and I think he's done a really good job in communicating, just saying, you guys have got to hurry this up a little bit. You're slowing the game down.
You spend quite a lot of time in France. But it's very useful, isn't it, when the referee has got that bit of language, you know, terrific. Very good.
The language is one thing. The other thing is him being around the ball. He's just so quick.
Yes,
watching, he's always there, so he sees absolutely everything that happens. If there's a marginal try, he's in space.
Master Razavengi, outstanding as a sevens referee. Well, what are France going to do now? This is Gobelet, Jean-Baptiste. Here, Mazoué, another experience. Played every tournament last season. Vincent Inigo into the hands now of this new player who plays for Toulon, Vincent Manta. Came straight out of the French 15s, under 20s. Just won the new player. Oh, careless.
You gotta be up on your feet. You gotta be up. You're still on your knees over there. You gotta be on your feet.
And he gives all the reasons, doesn't he, to Razavengi, just explaining exactly to the players. From Denuo to Mazoué. Now into the hands of Martin again. Quite a big guy, and he's also been in the French squad for the 15s. Started last season. Great promise here.
A little bit of a worry for Samоa. They've given away 4 penalties, and a couple of them in succession too. Just feeling the pinch a little bit. They've got a 14-0 lead, but it's not an insurmountable one.
Yes, that's crucial. 4 penalties already against them, so it gives a chance for Candelon here then. Did that go forward? It's a poor pass to Denio, the captain.
Was that backwards or forward?
Was that a forward pass? Razavengi asking. He's asking the question to the touch judge. And the try has been given. So that gives France back into a chance, and this is the captain who supported it, Vincent Denio. Let's have a look. It looks very close, I must say.
Yep, good running there from Julien Candelon. I don't think that went forward, and he turned in the process of catching it, and bounced backwards. So I think the assistant referee got that right.
Yep. Yes, there was a question whether there's going to be a knock-on or was it a forward pass, and it was neither.
Well, they would have liked the kicking skills of Paul Obelvaledejo for that conversion, just to tighten things up a little bit.
Yeah, big disappointment
that would have been
there.
passed down from the family, the ability to drop kick.
Well, absolutely. Well, he's got 187 conversions in sevens already, and that's a loss, really. You've got to have a real a kicker, certainly.
A kicker
like
that
a cooker
cooks.
as well, yeah, okay. Sayalo, held up there by Jean-Baptiste Gobelet, who is an outstanding winger playing for Biarritz, twice in the Heineken finals when they won. But he's been now, into his 21st time as a sevens tournament. This is the new player, Richie Aghong, for Samoa.
Seems like Samoa have run out of gas, if you want to call it that, in the second half since it started. It's a very tough tournament, and obviously the first day drains you somewhat, and starting pretty early in the morning is an adjustment to the body clock, I guess.
And as you said, it's so important, those conversions, because 14-5 means you've got to get twice to level it up, and 14-5, you've still got a problem, and only less than 3 minutes to go.
Time's still off. Time's still off. Yeah, time's still off.
A couple of changes all round here. Selesele coming on for Samoa, and Jonathan Logel for France.
Tupofu throw in for Samoa. Played 2 Rugby World Cup sevens here in Dubai and then in Moscow. Not straight though. It's a crucial moment, isn't it?
Unusual that, Nigel, to a ball not to be thrown in sevens, straight in the line out. There's no real wind to speak of. A little bit of a northwester, but clearly that one was
vital,
not straight.
Isn't it? So important.
Okay.
Time going down for the chance for France. Well, they've been so erratic last season. I mean, they were in the Cup final, Port Elizabeth,
Okay, stand back
when they lose to New Zealand, and they've also been in the Shield, you know, twice in Hong Kong and Glasgow. You never just know what France are going to do.
Despite the fact that there were a fair number of renditions of La Marseillaise yesterday here at the stadium.
Yes, we got the band coming from the southwest somewhere in the little village in the Pyrenees. Now it's Alba Badejo, and chance now with Sobad. Good tackle coming there from Tololo. Saved it, but still a chance for France here. They've got the ball, have they? Just about. Held up by Celiseli. Here's a chance. There's the try for Albaladejo. What a name that is, Uncle Pierre. One of the greatest kicks at fly half ever for France in the 15s internationals. Is this one good? Almost. But still, they've still got to get another try. It's 14-10. And
some really good play by them there initially, just managing to get the forward motion that was needed to give the space for Julien Samar to make sure that Albaladejo got in the corner.
1 minute to go. Time enough, of course. But Samar will try to hang on to the ball. 14-10, Samoa lead here. This bowl quarter-final. This is the captain. Good tackle, big, typically Lavassa on Denio. But it's still in the France with the ball. Albaladejo on the right wing at that moment. Still support, good tackle. Martin again setting it up.
Canarak is good.
Has a chance.
Canarak is good.
Inigo can't get it. And a breakaway coming from Celiseli. And this is all they need, Samoa, for the last 15 seconds. And again from Celiseli into the hands of Tulolo. Well, they could have almost quicked that one out, couldn't they? What on earth was he doing? Denio goes back, has to get the ball. Taken on by Lolo. Well, there you are. What a waste of getting the ball away for France. And the try is given. And there's the captain. A bit of relief, I'm sure he's had, Rupeni Lavassa. So Samoa just about got away with it. And France disappointing just again.
They absolutely were too, you know. They had the opportunity there at the death. They left it too late, unfortunately. And Samar, well, they decided to kick into space. It seemed like a very crazy thing to do, but France just had nobody sweeping at the back. So there was no one to really pick up the ball, fight their way back into things. So it is a victory then for Samoa.
Safely 19 points to 10, and there'll be a chance of 2 points now. It doesn't matter really. They're through to the bowl semi-final. And France, well, sadly, they are down into the Shield semi-final.
Viliama Punavalu, Samoa head coach. Viliama, you're through to the bowl semi-finals, but first and foremost, you came here as the Cup champions. You must be slightly disappointed to be here.
Oh, you can say that. I was very disappointed and very heartbroken yesterday. That's what we came here to do. Unfortunately, the boys lack consistency and commitment, and we're very disappointed about it. But we can't dwell on the past. We can only move forward and build on to next week.
Yeah, so bearing in mind you may face Australia later on, were you happier with that performance?
It's a bit scrappy, but yeah, we can build on it. I'm looking forward to if we play Australia again. I think it was a nice rematch from last time in Gold Coast. We made a lot of mistakes in Gold Coast, but yeah, look forward to it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vili.